Hello and welcome to IBTimes TV. I'm Leanna Brinder, Business Editor for the International Business Times. Joining me now is Mike Hampson. He's the CEO of Bishopsgate Financial. So hi, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
Well, your company's doing something very exciting, and it's got a fast-track training program for ex-services personnel. So can you tell me a little bit about why ex-Army, ex-RAF, ex-Navy people would be an asset to the financial services industry?
Sure, absolutely. It's, the program is something that I'm very excited about. It's something I've wanted to do for a number of years now, and now the company has given me the chance to actually go ahead and launch the program. And over my career, I've worked with a number of ex-services personnel who have all been outstanding in terms of the disciplines that I'm looking for. And military people bring natural leadership, communication skills and discipline, and frankly for our business of delivering projects and programs to our clients, those are absolutely the raw materials we need to work with. And if we give them the additional financial skills, understanding of the industry, we're going to have an outstanding team, I think, working for us.
Okay, what kind of jobs would one expect more ex-services to be in within the sector? Would it be banking, would it be consultancy, or would it be even something like admin or IT? What are the main sectors?
Well, the people coming out of the services have a wide range of skills and attributes, as you would expect, because the services need and require all kinds of backgrounds and disciplines. We're focusing initially on project and program management, but I think we've also identified areas where we think we can start to develop in terms of some of the regulatory projects and skills that are going to be needed. But at the end of the day, you get the raw materials coming in, and these are talented individuals, and we can put them into a wide range of skills and topics.
Well, how do you scout for these people? Because, I mean, outside the industry, you wouldn't necessarily immediately link someone coming out the forces and going straight into finance. How do you tap into this wealth of people out there?
Sure. So I think the first thing to recognise is that there's going to be a large number of people coming out of the services over the next few years, because with all of the changes to the way in which the government is planning the defence spending, there's going to be a lot of talent coming out onto the street. I originally wanted to focus on guys who had been injured because, again, with my background and experience of people really being good at project management if they've had that services background, I felt that we could actually give them training to develop skills for a desk job that they would be able to develop into. Subsequently, we've started working with a number of charities, but we're particularly focused at the moment on the Marines. And there's a charity there called the Sea Group we're working with, who asked us to start working not just with the guys who've been injured, but also able-bodied people who are coming out of the services. So there's a lot of talent coming out onto the street. We're starting to work with charities, but we're going to start broadening that to wider advertising.
Sure. I mean, this is a great sector to tap into because, like you said, there's thousands of people out there that will be needing jobs when the MOD starts cutting headcount. However, another demographic that seems to be really needing a job as soon as possible are Britain's youth. Yep. Does your company do anything in terms of whether it's internships or training to the same level for younger people?
Sure. Not yet is the answer to that. We're a young company. We've only been going for 4.5 years. We're very pleased to say that one of the fastest growing companies based on some of the awards we're winning. But the program we've designed is designed to be generic. So we focused initially on the forces. But what I'd like to find a way of tapping into is actually the poorer boroughs around the City of London. Okay. Is the next area I'm starting to look for ways of getting into that. So our program it's really for anybody who comes in with the right raw materials, the raw talent, but we're just starting with the guys coming out of the military. But we're going to look for other areas as well to tap into talent.
Okay, and I suppose rounding off, the company in general, like you said, is one of the fastest growing in the UK. So what's been the main drivers for this, and what are you looking towards the future?
So I think one of the main drivers has been hard work. I think anyone who starts their own business says that it's not inspiration, it's perspiration. We started the company in the depths of the recession, focusing our services on the financial sector, so we're delighted that we've achieved the growth we've achieved, but also that we've provided employment for over 100 people during that time. In terms of our next areas of focus, probably the emerging stories around some of the regulation and in particular I'm interested in focusing in on the FX story that is starting to develop. My background is in international payments. I'm almost a director of an FX company, a foreign exchange company, and I think the focus at the moment on potentially the next scandal around FX mix selling is an area we're going to start looking at.
I suppose just tapping into that point, I mean, on the FX fixing scandal, it is rumbling on, and more regulators around the world are looking to investigate into
Sure.
allegations. So what would you perceive as an opportunity for your company to look into this area? Would it be on regulatory advice? Would it be on analysis? What's the areas?
I think two areas. One is potentially working with the regulators themselves to help them identify where some of the issues have arisen from, and then obviously following on from that, working with many of the players, and it's not just going to be the banks, it'll be brokers as well, many of the players who may be involved or dragged into that, to do the analysis of, what is the impact and what do they have to do in order to remediate that.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And that was Mike Hampson. He's the CEO of Bishopsgate Financial.